For our trip to Toronto for Caribana, we stayed at the Marriott in downtown Toronto at the city center. And this is also the hotel that surrounds the Blue Jays baseball field. And we actually got to catch a game there the day we arrived. So that was really exciting to see. Even though I know nothing about baseball, it was still fun to actually see a game in person. The hotel was absolutely amazing. They had all of the amenities that we needed, some that we weren't even expecting. We had great views of downtown Toronto, and it was just a really good experience there. I highly recommend staying there if you're ever in Toronto. It was a really, really good experience. We had something to eat and did a little pre-gaming there at the hotel before our first outing of the night. We met up with the rest of our group and had our first official outing together at a club called Axis, where they were having an all-white party theme. Y'all know we love an all-white party, honey. And it was very exciting, very lively, good vibe, good start to the weekend. The next day was our costume pickup day for all of our group members. We were all in 3 different bands, but we all still had to go get our costumes. For lunch, we went to a place called La Cantina, which was really good. I definitely add that to your restaurant list if you're ever in Toronto. They had a really good menu. Later that evening, I went to go pick up my costume for Carnival, Caribana. And we were ready to get lit, baby. We were ready to wind it and twerk it and work it and do everything we can for Caribana. The whole experience was very lively. It was exciting. It was colorful. It was cultural. They were playing like all types of music, soca, Caribbean, all of that. And we were just getting all the vibes. Y'all see me winding? Y'all see me winding now? My girls, they were wearing the costumes. They were showing how it's done, baby. It was giving me life. Everybody was giving me life on this day. It was just super exciting. I'm definitely making plans to come back. Add it to your bucket list. If you've never been to Carnival and you want to kind of put your toe into it, before you jump all the way into like a huger carnival like Trinidad or Brazil, Toronto is a really, really great start to that experience. Later that night, we went to a restaurant called Sibo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Just to recap the events of the day and just enjoy each other as a group. The ambiance in there was very date nightish vibe. They were playing some really good music in there. And we had some really good food, really good drinks. And it was just an enjoyable experience as we ended our carnival day. The next day, we all gathered together to go to brunch. We had brunch at a place called Fox and Fiddle. It was your typical brunch type of experience. Good food, mimosas. They played good music as well. And we just, again, enjoyed chatting with each other, catching up with each other, and experiencing downtown Toronto together. Our last night in Toronto, we had a ball. We turned up for Caribana, and it was a blast. Now we're gonna try to thug it out for like a couple more hours, and then we out of here. For our last outing for our trip, we went to a place called Rogue, and the special guest that night was Jadakiss, so it was super packed in there. But it was a good, exciting end to our trip. Overall, I enjoyed my stay in Toronto. I enjoyed everything about Caribana. I would go back just to visit Toronto. It was that much fun for me. I've added a list of costs that I have for Toronto. Feel free to screenshot this so when you're preparing for your trip to Toronto, you'll have an idea of what to expect, how to plan, and how to prepare for your trip to Toronto for Caribana. I've also added a list of tips for attending Caribana. So that way, again, you can prepare, plan, and know what to expect when you get ready to go to Carnival in Toronto. Again, I had a really great time. I would highly recommend if you are interested in attending a Carnival for the first time, let this be your one because we had a ball. The weather was nice. You know, I'm from the South, so it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It was just right. So I would highly recommend you going here. Go ahead, put it on your list. Put it on your travel bucket list and come back and tell me how you enjoyed it. All right, I really hope you enjoyed watching this experience of my travels to Toronto for Caribana. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to take you all on an adventure with my next travels. Mwah.